16 personalities as relatable or awkward moments. Estp. That awkward moment when you've been checking yourself out in the reflection of a car window, then you realize there's someone in the car who's been watching you the entire time. And you think to yourself, hope they enjoyed the show. Istp. When you're deep in thought, staring intensely, and unintentionally right at someone who is now walking over to you, and you have to perform a 180 emotional shift, straight back to your usual misanthropic death glare. Infj. That frustrating moment where you know precisely what someone is trying to say, but it would be too rude to interrupt. So you have to sit there listening to them struggle through it, all the while nodding politely and looking interested. Enfj. When you hold open the door for someone, trying to be thoughtful and helpful, but then you realize they are slightly too far away and now have to run faster than is comfortable for them, and you don't know where to look. Intp. When you're halfway through an intense argument with someone, then you suddenly realize that you totally agree with them. But because you've committed to the devil's advocate position, unfortunately, you need to destroy them anyway. And then, to add insult to injury, once you've won, you tell them, oh, by the way, I agree with you anyway. Intp. That awkward moment when someone, with sincerity, care, and genuine concern, softly asks you, what's wrong? And they are the problem. Isfj. When you're looking for your glasses, desperately worrying that you've left them in some unfindable location, lost for eternity, then you realize they are on your head, exactly where they're supposed to be. Esfj. When you're home alone, and you feel like you are lacking in social interaction, so you text the word hi to 10 friends. Then you realize that you didn't actually have energy to interact with people at the moment, and you're suddenly burdened by the obligation to respond to everyone and hear about their life problems. Entj. That awkward moment when your pathological self-confidence accidentally accepts a compliment that wasn't intended for you. Intj. When you're telling someone a harsh and brutal truth, yet because you find it darkly hilarious, you're laughing when doing so. So everybody thinks you're kidding, but you're actually totally serious. Isfp. When someone draws your attention to the fact that you've been in their presence for ages, yet haven't said a single word, and you don't know how to respond. Esfp. When you've just sat down in the cinema to enjoy a nice movie and the food you've bought, but you barely make it past the trailers before you finished your popcorn and your drink, and now you just need to use the bathroom. So you leave, just as the movie is starting, use the bathroom, then, when you're on your way back, you walk past the food stall and think to yourself, screw it, I'll just buy another popcorn and drink. Enfp. That awkward moment when you are so amused with your own story that you can't finish it, and people are waiting, watching you in hysterical laughter for no discernible reason. Then by the time you finally wrestle back control of yourself, you can't remember what you were saying in the first place. Infp. When you hear someone quickly and forcefully call your name, then a montage of every bad thing you've ever done runs through your mind as a possible explanation for why they are angry with you. Then it turns out everything's fine. Istj. When you wear the same shirt for an entire week, yet nonetheless feel the need to pack 20 outfits for a 2-day vacation. Estj. When you're walking in your usual business person-like stride and realize you are walking in the totally wrong direction. So you have to pull out your phone, then fake a big realization that there's something deeply important you've forgotten, then abruptly start walking in the opposite direction. If you're someone who's been watching the channel for a long time and you haven't checked out the links down below, then you're probably not going to. But if you do, you'll find things including the Love Who Discord server, which I would highly recommend joining, and lots of personal links of mine, including an Instagram, a blog, the Love Who website, where you can be typed, and probably other things that I've forgotten.